right, Dodgers fans, buckle up because the front office is already making some major moves, and these decisions could shape everything for next season. The Dodgers are entering one of the most crucial off seasons in recent memory, and every single move matters because this team isn't just chasing another ring, they're chasing a three-peat. And from what's starting to leak out, it looks like the Dodgers are ready to be aggressive. Big names, bold decisions, and maybe even some surprises that nobody saw coming. But before we break it all down, make sure you hit that subscribe button and drop a like to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. This is where true Dodgers fans stay ahead of every move, every rumor, every decision that shapes our team. Alright, let's get into it and see what Doug McCain had to say about the Dodgers' first offseason moves over on Dodgers Nation.
All right, the hottest story in Dodger baseball is the Dodgers had to make some decisions on club options, and they made those decisions. The Dodgers have exercised a $10 million club option to bring back third baseman Max Muncy. So the Funky Muncy is going to be back with this team for the 2026 season. At a $10 million price tag for Max Muncy, a guy that just gave you a 3.6 WAR in 100 games, that's an absolute bargain. That is an absolute steal. If Max Muncy had a $15 million club option, the Dodgers would pick it up because when he's healthy, when he's on the field, he rakes. Now, he did deal with injuries, the oblique injury, the knee injury. That was more of a freak injury. And he also got off to a slow start. And there's no doubt about that. He got off to a slow start, and it looked like he was going to have the worst year of his career. But unfortunately, he turned it around in a big way because the start of his season was a nightmare. His first 29 games for the first month plus of the year, Muncy was hitting 194, had just one home run in 105 plate appearances. It was his longest home run drought of his career. Posted a 77 weighted runs created plus through his first 29 games. 100 is league average for weighted runs created plus, and Max Muncy was at 77, so 23% below league average. But his last 71 games, he put up all-star numbers. He put up fringe MVP numbers, posting a 161 weighted runs created plus with 18 home runs and 278 plate appearances. Now, you look at the totality of that deal, and you're feeling really good about that for Muncy. I know some people want to see the Dodgers get younger. I know there's some people that want to see the Dodgers sign Munetaka Murakami. Truth of the matter is Murakami, if anyone's out there saying he's a third baseman, they don't really know what they're talking about, if we're being completely honest. And also, the offensive numbers have dipped as well. Murakami's a DH. He's a first baseman, and Max Muncy is a guy that they signed to a 3-year, $26 million deal back in 2020, and then late in 2022, they tacked on that extra year, and then after the 2023 season, they signed him to a 2-year, $24 million deal with a $10 million club option for 2026 that had no buyout. So unless there's some type of offseason move where the Dodgers think they can upgrade at that position significantly, or they want to open that up for a different player, Muncy is going to be the opening day starting third baseman heading into his age 35 season for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And I think when you kind of consider where this team's at in their window, look, if Muncy was looking for, if he was a free agent, right? If Muncy was a free agent looking for a Justin Turner type contract that they signed him to, where in 2021, Justin Turner, he was looking for a new contract, and we know the kind of the deal that he signed in $34 million for 2 years, right? If Muncy was a free agent looking for that kind of money, then I think there'd be some hard conversations to be had. But I cannot stress this enough. It cannot be overstated. At $10 million, a dude that produced 3.6 FWAR and 3.6 BWAR, I mean, that is an absolute steal. When you look at where teams are at as far as how much they're willing to pay, you're not going to scoff at that. I mean, I think when you're this Dodgers team, they're looking to save some money on the margins possibly, but really look, I mean, this is a team that there's rumors of them making $1 billion in revenue, and just all the money that they made on Shohei Ohtani, paying back the entire $700 million in 1 year. they're not hurting for cash. They're not hurting for cash. And you look at a guy, like I said, producing 3.6 F4, right? Right now, the going rate for one F4 is between 7 and 8 million. So essentially, he's worth $23 to $24 million as a player if you just use his last season. So he's underpaid, undervalued. At that price, it's an absolute no-brainer. And the truth is, it's just about him staying healthy and avoiding those slumps. So we'll see what they can do. I mean, Alex Freeland playing some third base. Miguel Rojas or Kike, if they are re-signed, playing some third base. We'll see what they do for the upcoming season, but he's a postseason proven player. Let's not forget that as great as the Miguel Rojas home run was, something that I've dubbed the most important home run in Dodgers franchise history. Don't forget who was the first person to ever say that. It was me. And Will Smith's home run was incredible in extra innings. But those home runs don't exist, most likely, unless Max Muncy homers off the toughest pitcher in that situation, Trey Savage, in the 8th inning to make it a one-run deficit. That's what made the Dodgers have some hope late in that one. Now, the other option that the Dodgers picked up was Alex Vesia. Alex Vesia, he gets his option picked up. This was another one that, look, I really don't think that they spent any time thinking about these decisions just because these were two contracts that you felt good about if you're the Dodgers, just because, I mean, that's a low number. Alex Vesia, he's going to be 30 in April. He's going to his third and final season of arbitration. And back in January of this year, it looked like the Dodgers and Vesia were going to go to a hearing because he filed for $2.35 million in arbitration. The team was at $2.05 million, and they avoided that by agreeing to a one-year deal plus a club option for 2026. And Vesia would get $2.3 million guaranteed and a $2.25 million salary in 2025 plus a $50,000 buyout on a $3.5 million club option. So Vesia, he could take home an additional $50,000 to that option if he does pitch in 60 games, and another $50,000 for 65 games, plus another $75,000 for 70 games. He did pitch in 68 games this past season, so that takes the overall amount the Dodgers have to pay him to $3.65 million, and absolute no-brainer, slam dunk, never even a question for that price to get that kind of production from Vesia, where he not only was a workhorse going 59 and 2/3 innings and posting a very, very impressive 3.02 ERA, but it was also the peripherals. It was also the rate stats, a 33.8% strikeout rate, a 9.3 walk rate. He also contributed in the postseason, had 7 appearances, though he did have to miss the World Series due to that family emergency. He's still in our thoughts and prayers, and we're wishing the best for Alex Vesia and his family. But if the Dodgers decided to turn down his club option, he would have still have been a controllable player through arbitration. And in arbitration, he was projected to make anywhere from $4 to $4.2 million. So the Dodgers are getting away out of this on the cheap end for Alex Vesia. This is a guy that could have made even more money if he was in arbitration. So, yeah, I mean, absolute no-brainer. He's the Dodgers' best left-handed reliever, and we'll see. Maybe Tanner Scott turns things around because relievers are volatile, and Tanner Scott's velocity and his movement profiles weren't too off compared to where they were when he was one of the best relievers in the game. I think it's a confidence thing for Tanner Scott, and hopefully a fresh year, he'll be much better on the mound. But we know what you're getting in Alex Vesia, and he's someone that you know is going to give it everything he has. He pitches with a lot of fire, a lot of emotion, and he's someone that you're just thinking about just with everything that he's been dealing with, and I can't wait to see him back on the mound. There's no doubt about that. He's just one of the most beloved Dodgers in that clubhouse, from his teammates to the family and friends of his teammates. It's really cool to see Alex Vesia go out there and stay on this team. I mean, you definitely want to see that for sure. There's no doubt about that. Other move, Ryan Ward. Ryan Ward is on the Dodgers 40-man roster. So the Dodgers, they added outfielder Ryan Ward to their 40-man roster. He's 27 years old at the minor league level in AAA. Last year, he had 36 home runs, posted a 937 OPS with AAA Oklahoma City. And this was an interesting move because there was some talk during the year that because Ryan Ward did not get the call, despite the fact that Michael Conforto was downright awful for most of the season, and Ryan Ward has proven to have a plus bat at the minor league level, a lot of people thought, hey, why isn't Ryan Ward getting an opportunity? And the answer was that Ward just doesn't have a defensive profile that the team felt good about. And maybe they thought, okay, he's a 4A hitter, something like that. I want to see him get his opportunity. I hope he gets his opportunity. But this does come as a some mild surprise just because it felt like the Dodgers weren't interested in having him in the organization. And they might still not, right? Because if they didn't pick him up, he could have entered free agency, minor league free agency. And now that he's on your 40-man, you protect him from getting picked up by another team. But now, who knows? You could trade him, and you just could develop him more. I mean, if you want to give him a shot, hey, man, you want to get Kyle Tucker? I got your Kyle Tucker for you. His name is Ryan Ward. Okay, of course, I kid on that. But still, it's another move that it's the right move, too. It absolutely is the right move because he's got talent. He just needs his opportunity. And will that be with the Dodgers? That remains to be seen. You look at the 40-man roster right now, you're still not loaded with the free agents. You got 33. But once you start signing free agents and you start bringing guys back, that's going to add up pretty quick. We'll see what they do with a guy like Esteury Ruiz. Does he get bumped off? A guy like Gervais? I mean, they've got some options too. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they do. But Ryan Ward, congratulations. You are on the 40-man roster for the Los Angeles Dodgers. That's definitely a cool thing. I mean, I want to see this guy get a shot. I mean, he's 27, man. And these guys need opportunities, man. These guys need opportunities. You just never know what you're going to get. They're lottery tickets, and sure, maybe he doesn't play the best defense, but the Dodgers, they overlook bad defense for great offense. I mean, look no further than Teoscar Hernandez. And Teo has not played great defense, and of course they re-signed him. So who knows? I mean, what if Ryan Ward could rake? What if Ryan Ward could be a 25 home run hitter and have an 800 plus OPS? What if he could kind of do what Michael Busch is doing for the Cubs and things like that? Not saying it's a guarantee, but hey, I love the mystery box. You guys know the Family Guy episode with the mystery box where they go to the timeshare presentation and Peter, he wants the boat, and he's like, well, you can have the boat or you can have the mystery box. And then Peter's like, I want the mystery box. It could be anything. It could even be a boat. And then he opens up and it's 2 crappy tickets to a comedy show. So yeah, I'm all for the mystery box for sure. I think that is something that I'm excited to see next season. Okay,
All right, guys, great insight there from Doug McCain. He really broke down how serious the Dodgers are about setting the tone early this offseason. But now, let's take it a step further, because there's another perspective we need to look at. Clint Pasilis from Dodgers territory just gave his take on these first moves, and he went deep on how they could shape the entire roster heading into 2026. He talks about what these decisions mean for the lineup, the rotation, and even how they could impact some of the veterans we've all grown to love in Dodger Blue. So let's roll that clip and hear what Clint Pasilis had to say about how these early offseason moves could change everything for the Dodgers in 2026. And hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and drop a like to help us reach 10,000 subscribers.
Locking it back in, the Dodgers making some moves here before I decide to push the live button here on this Thursday. Unsurprising moves. Well, 2 not shocking moves, and 1 kind of a bit of a surprise when you consider the way they treated the dude this season. But first up, no shocker, Max Muncy's option picked up for the 2026 season. It was only a $10 million option, and when you understand how good Max Muncy is for this team, for this roster, for the lineup, obviously you guys everybody recalls how bad they were when he was injured last year with the side issue, and then missed some time with that knee injury that potentially could have cost him the season. This was a no-brainer. You bring back Max Muncy. He's the heart and soul of that team. Coming back for his 9th season next year in Dodger blue. That is crazy to really think about, that we're entering 9 years of Max Muncy being a Dodger. The other not shocking news, Dodgers had 2 options they needed to pick up by, I think it's by 2 p.m. Pacific time today. One was Muncy, the other was Alex Vesia. And no shocker, the Dodgers are picking up Alex Vesia's option. Great move there. Vesia was, if we're talking about Muncy being a heart and soul, if not the heart and soul, maybe the is a bit much in the lineup. Alex Vesia was 100% the heart and soul of that Dodgers bullpen. A year removed from somebody like Dan Hudson being the man in that cage out there in the outfield. I mean, I guess they've improved it a little bit, but he stepped up into a serious veteran leadership role. Did Vesia, of course, could not be a part of the World Series roster. Our thoughts are still with him and his family as they go through a deep personal matter. They have not revealed what's going on, and they don't have to. Just our love going to Vesia, but thankfully he will be back with the team in 2026. He will be another anchor in that bullpen, or continue to be an anchor in that bullpen. A couple of names later on the 9 Dodgers who will not be back list, bullpen arms, at least one in there. Kind of not shocking. Maybe I should have gone deeper in the bullpen, but anyways, the final news here just before 12 o'clock Pacific time on Thursday. Ryan Ward, a guy we talked about a whole bunch this season, who had a fantastic breakout season at AAA, 28-year-old outfielder, I think 29-year-old outfielder, hit over 30 homers. He has now been added to the 40-man roster, which creates more roster woes. So the Dodgers are not done for the day, and I should be clicking and making sure to check for more breaking news along the way, because they are going to need to create some roster space for Ryan Ward. But yeah, 36 homers, 27-year-old, 36 homers, OPS just under, a little over 900. Defense is not his strong suit. That's why he didn't get an opportunity. But when you look at those numbers and you realize how long this team, had Michael Conforto patrolling that outfielder or that outfield for the course of the season, it's a bit frustrating when you understand how good Ryan Ward was. Now, caveat, of course, it is AAA. Those numbers are very much inflated. But for an organization that says if you perform, you're going to get an opportunity, I guess we could say it's a little more on the frustrating side. But there's your breaking news for your Thursday. Again, more stuff will be coming up a little bit later today. Again, they're going to need to make at least, I think, 2 roster decisions, as guys need to be activated, players need to be activated off of the 60-day injured list, so they don't get those free play spots anymore. But anyways, there's your breaking news. Now what I really want to do is dive into my list of 9 of 9 Dodgers who will not be back. It probably should be bigger, but it's 9 Dodgers who will not be back. And this is the first edition of Nostradamus of the offseason. And you guys know I love this one.
All right, Dodgers fans, now it's your turn. I want to hear from you. What do you think about the first moves the Dodgers have made so far this offseason? Do you like the direction the front office is taking, or are there still a few positions you think need major upgrades before 2026? And more importantly, what are you expecting during this wild transfer season? Big trades, free agent signings, maybe another surprise from Andrew Friedman that nobody sees coming? Drop your thoughts down below. I'll be reading all your comments. And hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and drop a like to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. This is latest Los Angeles Dodgers news. I'm Victor. And trust me, this offseason is just getting started. See you in the next one, Dodgers Nation.